A lost in translation, better yet a revelation, but not quite yet a revolution talk. A woman at the corner store speaking the comfortable rhythm of her language, the broken beat, smooth and raspy, vibey, bilingual interlude, interrupted by the cocky confusion of a Caucasian. If you don't speak English, you better go back to whatever jungle you crawled out of, sister. It's the kind of chatter that does not leave your ear, that crawls up your spine and gnaws at your limbs. A paralyzing, immobilizing noise that leaves a brandish mark on your soul, leaves you tearing at your frayed flesh, unable to remove its staple. I am not your sister. Pale-skinned ignorance with veins black as hate that spews from your pursed mouths. If only you knew what I know, what worlds I've seen, lives lived, what is misunderstood, mocked and mimicked through crisscross stairs of those words. Their cleverly placed syllables, a bilingual's paradise, a sort of lost in translation type of clarity and serenity that moves past the tongue and escapes the lips' talk. A sort of talk you fail to think I understand, me with my polished and prim syllables of choreographed phrases and ample body statements in those hollow-socket eyes of yours. You see me as some skinny, well-read, well-spoken, worldly-witted white girl, trapped inside the frame of a full-figured, big-hipped, nappy-headed, thick-skinned Negro that stands in front of you, never missing the beat, the brutal beat that comes thumping out of you, past your lips, staining the air. Those are the brutal beats that knock against my skull till they find their way in. You let your venomous fangs sink into me, letting your poison disable me like a lion that has just thrashed and wounded its unsuspecting prey. But you see, I am not so naive as some wild game to be preyed upon, because I am the well-spoken, worldly-witted me laced with pronounced hips and African mahogany skin. You think that I do not understand this chit-chat, the busy speak that parallels where I am from, because I do not back my words with a beautifully arrayed tonality. You assume that I must not know where I come from. My history and culture lost in the blurs of America, that all I should ever be mindful of is my cotton-picking, slave-shipped asylums, African ancestors. That is the white noise you hear when my mouth opens and dribbles out words. You pompously ponder me when I state my true nationality, one reminiscent of my profound nebulous skies that pulls at my choked heartstrings. It's not a game of clicking tongues, where you scoff and ebb from us our humanity and our humility, where you simple-minded simpletons use every fiber of your racially closeted beings to be unaccepting, unrelenting, unjustifiably skewed. You sight-seer do not see that it is simply the simple talk that gets us through.